To the class of environment and sustainable economic development once again, and this we are going to do the environmental pollution. Basically, I'm going to talk about air pollution, and we're going to touch upon words like global warming, ozone depletion. We'll also talk about what would you do to control air pollution. And for example, you will say, I'm going to use more of public transport or use CNG, etc., to bring down those levels. And also, what has the government been doing? We're going to talk about the central pollution control boards, which were established way back in 1974. And of course, we also have these pollution under control PUC certificates for vehicles, and it is mandatory that we take it periodically. So I want you to just see ways and means that. So let's talk about air pollution. So what happens? How does pollution come into the air? Certain unfavorable changes in the physical, chemical, and biological properties of air, which adversely affect conditions of life. Well, that is known as air pollution. So in India, air pollution is widespread in urban areas where vehicles are the major contributors. So these emissions from the vehicles are of a particularly concerned areas, since these are ground level sources and thus have the maximum impact on the general population. So that is why it is important. Then, and you know that there has been a steady increase in the number of motor vehicles, and if you just take it, it's like from 3 lakhs in 1951 to a whopping 24 crore and above in 2015-16, which must have even gone higher by now. And of course, India is one of the 10 most industrialized nations of the world. It has led to unplanned urbanization, pollution, and a risk of accidents because of that. The Central Pollution Control Board has identified 17 categories of industries which are significant polluters. So for your general knowledge sake, you should read or find out what are those 17, which are those 17 categories of industries. So talking about, okay, now let's talk about sources of air pollution. They are caused by chemical plants, pulp and paper mills, sugar mills, etc. Cement factories produce a huge amount of dust. Pollution from discharge gases of vehicles accounts for about 60% of air pollution, and in metro cities it is as much as or up to 80%. Now, talking about measures to control air pollution. So what are they? We know that air pollution causes health problems. It causes damage to the environment and property. So it has resulted in ozone depletion, which results in climate change. So there is serious need to take steps to control it. Some of the measures are stated here, like for example, promotion of public transport, like use of Delhi metro instead of private vehicles. Second, promotion of cleaner fuels in vehicles, such as the use of CNG instead of petrol and diesel. Third is reducing dependence on thermal energy plants, making industrial plants efficient and using environment-friendly technology by using clean fuel, and even at home using cleaner fuels like LPG that reduces indoor air pollution. Much has to be done in the rural areas where still firewood is burnt and other things like cow dung cakes, etc. Then we have to also promote cleaner technology, strengthening of emission standards, introducing economic incentives, and strengthening of the monitoring, which is very important, strengthening of the monitoring and reporting system. So, to address the water and air pollution in India, the government has set up the Central Pollution Control Board. So then states have also established their own state level boards to address the environmental concerns. So what do these boards do? They investigate, collect and disseminate information related to water, air and land pollution, and they lay standards for sewage, trade, effluent and emissions. Then these boards provide technical assistance to governments in promoting cleanliness of streams and wells by prevention, control and abatement of water pollution, and improve the quality of air and to prevent, control or abate air pollution in the country. So these boards assess the air quality regulation of industries, and they also organize mass media, comprehensive mass awareness programs for the same. And they also talk about, like we said, they give a certification for all the vehicles to check their emissions. So talking about this, then okay, we're going to talk about global warming and ozone in the next class.